why, when your kid asks you for one, you should say yes. And we have from Listen to Your Buds, Joe Cerconi, who has a lot of research on how kids hurt their ears with playing loud music, and hopefully some tips for us about how we can prevent that. Ben, you want to take it away?
Should we have slides, or I can just add it? So we started PBS Kids Play in March of 2008. It's a broadband-based subscription service for kids ages 3 to 6. And the basic premise is, kids are going online earlier and earlier, as we know, and many parents aren't aware of how much their kids really are online. And we wanted to provide some enhancements to the safety and to make sure that experience is educational. In fact, PBS Kids is often the first computing experience kids will have. So we're really starting from the first touch point. And so, if we can move forward with these slides, our perspective is, how can interactive content, specifically games, help bring families together as a technology, whether that's on a computer or a console or any kind of device. Do you have any way to? I've seen these before. So just a very quick recap, since I have a couple minutes. One of the things we're announcing here is a lot of the new content we're adding. Thomas and Friends. We adapt the games to kids as they grow and develop. One of the ways we bring parents into the loop is by providing now recommendations. So a lot of parents like to be, to varying degrees, involved in their kids' learning, and so we can help facilitate that by offering recommended content based on what their child has learned in the past, and give them information about so they can be more involved. So they can see what their child's doing, understand what they need. We provide very deep information resources, and then act on that information, whether it's playing together with their child, talking about the experiences they've had with the interactive content, or doing activities together offline. For example, in PBS Kids Play, we offer a gardening environment, a family tree environment. So a lot of kids, when they do these things online, they then want to take them offline and repeat that with their families. They want to then make the family tree with their own family tree. And they want to make their own garden outside. And so it's these tiny learning moments that really engage parents and kids working together. For example, some of the other content I'm showing on the screen here is from Curious George. A lot of science topics that we're bringing up with Curious George that can serve as those tiny learning moments that parents and kids can talk about together. They can talk about, well, when you put more air in a balloon, why does it lift things up? Because they saw it in the game, they played with it. When they put stuff in water, why does the water level rise? Because they played that game with Curious George. And once they get engaged with a character, then their interest levels peak, and and so coming kind of from the TV side, we're talking about the youngest ages. This is for 3 to 6, but using characters as a way to get kids engaged and talk into topics and talking about it, and then bring in the parents. So I don't want to get too much into this question because I know you're going to ask it, but just a few quick points. One philosophical approach we have is letting the kids drive, and then letting the parents take the role they want. They can be a playmate, and that's a great way for parents to be together. They could take the teacher role, they could be a fan and see all the things that they've created. In our case, we let kids lay down music tracks, create their own movies, create their own stories, create their own, like you saw, gardens, build their own Thomas trains, houses with Bob the Builder, and then they can share it with their parents. But really anything, any kind of product or toy or game or really anything where parents can play together with their children and just have fun together. Really, I think one of the biggest problems, especially at the early ages, is that things can be very stressful when kids are together with parents, either it's a toy or a product that causes a nag factor, or it's a toy or product that causes a lot of contention. So if you can have a toy or product or game that is just letting kids have fun together with their parents instead of having a tug of war, and I think that's a real win. It doesn't matter what product it is, as long as they're having fun together. And another way that, actually I'm going to get to the end here, that I think technology can help is providing a window into the child's world. We do that in PBS Kids Play with a whole progress chart.